A soldier of imperishable fame stood tall, only to be confronted by a gaunt stranger dressed in black, face concealed behind an impenetrable mask. The soldier, a man of courage and valor, demanded to know who dared to block his path. As the stranger revealed his identity, the soldier found himself face to face with death itself. Being a man of unwavering will and determination, the soldier refused to surrender. "Have you come for me?" he questioned, his voice echoing in the silence. Death, in response, merely extended his bony hand, beckoning the soldier to follow. A resolute "no" was the soldier's response, his conviction as unyielding as the steel of his blade. He had a mission, a purpose that was yet unfulfilled, histories that were waiting to be written, stories that only he could tell. "I will not go till they are done," he declared, his voice echoing his resolute determination. Death, however, was not easily dissuaded. "I have ridden by your side day and night," he said, his voice a chilling whisper in the wind. "I have hovered about you on 100 battlefields, but no sight of me could chill your heart till now, and now I hold you in my power. Come." But the soldier, with the spirit of a warrior, refused to yield. He fought against death with all his might, his struggle so fierce that he managed to break free from death's chilling grasp. The phantom, faced with the soldier's unyielding spirit, was forced to retreat, leaving the soldier victorious. However, the encounter was not without its consequences. Upon his throat, the soldier found the cruel imprint of death's fingers, a mark that no skill could wash away. It was a mark of disease, a lingering, agonizing, fatal disease. But the soldier, with his quiet valor, returned to his histories, determined to complete his work, his last and best work of his noble life. The soldier, with his unyielding spirit, overcame death, sending the phantom away, but not without a lasting imprint. And so the soldier's struggle continued, his determination unwavering, his spirit unbroken. The soldier returned to his histories, his labor of love, marked by the fierce struggle with the inevitable. His noble heart was set on etching the tales of his country's battlefields, his own victories and losses. The world saw a soldier, brave and resolute, turning his quill, unaware of the unseen war he waged. His adversary was not on the battlefield, but within him, a fatal disease, a cruel souvenir from his encounter with death. His health was in rapid decline, his strength ebbed away with each passing day. The people around him, oblivious to his silent battle with death, voiced their concern. "Look how thin and pale he's become," they would whisper among themselves. "The burden of his histories is taking its toll." The soldier, in his quiet valor, continued his work, striving to complete his histories. His hands, once steady and strong, now trembled. His eyes, once bright and alert, now seemed weary and clouded with pain. Yet, he continued his labor, his heart set on finishing the stories only he could tell. His physicians, their faces grim, saw the marks, the cruel, unyielding imprints of death's fingers on his throat. They shook their heads, their expressions revealing what their words wouldn't. The soldier's time was running out, yet he did not cease his work. His histories were his legacy, his final act of service to his country. Many a time he would pause in his writing, a wave of exhaustion washing over him. He would lay his pen aside, bow his head upon his hands, and seek solace in the memories of his past glories. But the fame he had won provided him no comfort against the grim reality of his impending demise. The world saw a man battling exhaustion from his work, ignorant of the soldier's real struggle against death. Death returned, finding the soldier weakened and trembling, yet his courage remained unbroken. The soldier, once a formidable figure, now stood frail and gaunt. His body bore the imprint of his fierce struggle with death, a struggle that had left him trembling with exhaustion. His once vibrant eyes were now weary, yet they still burned with an unwavering determination. In this moment of weakness, Death spoke, his voice echoing with an eerie calmness. "It would be vain of you to struggle with me now," he said. "My poison is in your veins, and see, my dew is on your brow. But you are a brave man, and I will not bear you with me till you have asked one favor which I will grant." The soldier, despite his weakened state, managed a faint smile at Death's words. "Give me an hour to ask the favor," he implored. "There are so many things, my histories and all. Give me an hour that I may decide what I shall ask." In the silence that followed, the soldier found himself alone with his thoughts. His mind raced over the countless possibilities of what his last wish could be. His heart ached with the realization of the unfinished histories that lay before him, the stories that only he could tell. Yet, amidst the clamor of his thoughts, a single whisper emerged, a gentle voice that echoed from the depths of his heart. "Nellie, Nellie, Nellie." The soldier's heart yearned for the companionship and smiles of his loved ones, the clamor of noisy boys, and the face of a little girl. These thoughts lingered, casting a warm glow over the cold reality of his impending demise. So it was, in the face of death itself, the soldier found himself torn between his duty and his heart. His struggle was no longer against the inevitable end, but against time itself. He yearned for just one more hour, one more moment to decide his last wish. A brave man's plea, an hour to decide his last wish. As death tarried, the soldier's life flashed before his eyes, a lightning bolt of memories and achievements. From the companionship and smiles of kings, to the glories of government and political power, the soldier's past was a mosaic of moments, each a testament to his courage and fortitude. He recalled the honors he'd won in times of peace, and the joy he'd felt in the throes of conquest. The din of battle echoed in his mind, a symphony of valor playing out in the theater of his memories. Yet, amid the clamor of war and the allure of power, there were softer moments that held his heart. The tranquility of a quiet life on the western prairie, the devotion of a loving wife, the clamor of rambunctious boys, and the face of a little girl. Here his thoughts lingered and clung, as though drawn to the warmth of these memories in the cold presence of death. His unfinished histories lay before him, a testament to his dedication and his love for his country. The weight of his pen in his hand was a familiar comfort, and the unfinished pages beckoned him. Ambition, a constant companion throughout his life, whispered in his ear, urging him to ask for more time. Time to complete his work, to pen his histories, to leave behind a legacy that would outlive him. Yet, as he contemplated his final request, the soldier felt a different voice rise within him. It wasn't the loud, insistent call of ambition. Instead, it was a soft, gentle whisper, a voice that resonated within the chambers of his heart. It was a name, 3 syllables that encapsulated a lifetime of love, joy, and warmth. Nellie. The soldier was torn between the two voices, between ambition and love, between the legacy he wanted to leave and the life he'd lived. The decision was not easy, but the soldier knew what he had to do. Ambition counseled for more time to complete his work, but the soldier's heart whispered a different name, Nellie. In the face of death, the soldier found clarity, his heart's voice drowning out the cries of ambition. The soldier, a man of valiant victories, stood at the precipice of his last battle. His adversary, not an enemy soldier, but the inevitable specter of death itself. The soldier, whose bravery had been proven on countless battlefields, was now faced with a different kind of courage. His heart yearned for something beyond the glory of the battlefield, beyond the fame and the accolades, beyond the unfinished histories he had been penning. His heart yearned for the simple, profound love of family. His heart yearned for Nellie, his daughter, whose face was the beacon guiding him through the darkest of battles. Like a true soldier, he made his decision, resolute and unwavering. His last request to death was not for more time to complete his work, not for a chance to relive his victories or bask in his fame. No, his last request was a testament to his greatest love, his family. He asked death for a chance to see his daughter Nellie, to hold her once more, to tell her of his love and pride. In this final act, the soldier showed a different kind of bravery, a bravery not often celebrated in tales of war and victory. It was a bravery born out of love, a bravery that chose family over fame, that put the happiness of a little girl above the glory of a soldier. His decision was a testament to the strength of his character, the depth of his love, and the true measure of his courage. In his final act, the soldier chose love over glory, proving his bravery not on the battlefield, but in the face of death.